dreaming on a cloud with you like horizon. With you tonight is on an island.
So yeah, this is the start. It's currently Tuesday, March 26, 2024. So let's see where this takes me. Let's see what happens. But I'm really excited.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So that last video that I posted before my cute little trailer was April 2024. It is now December 2025. Let me tell you something. These past 500 plus days, life chewed me up, spit me out, chewed me up again, spit me back out, and then ran over me. You know, I've been going through it, and you know, I am in a weird stage in life. I'm 22. I'll be 23 soon. I'm finishing college soon after 5 years instead of 4 years. I'm taking a gap year. I want to go to grad school. Basically every single plan that I ever made for myself as a little girl, life decided I needed to take a different path. That's okay. And I'm rolling with the punches. And I feel like, I don't know what exactly that quote is, but I'll put it right here. It's something about like rain and flowers. And that's where I am in my life now. I feel like I finally am in a place where I am like, okay, I survived the hard things. I lived in survival mode for a little bit. And now it's time to, guys, I had to look it up. That's embarrassing. But it's time to not just survive, it's time to thrive. That's what the quote is. And in that past video, I was talking about how, oh my gosh, like this is not the way I want to live my life and X, Y, and Z. And then I just lived my life like that. Sorry for the angle change. There was something in my eyeball that was so painful. Also, you're gonna see and hear my dog. He's having one of those days where he wants to be right in my lap. So enjoy the cuteness. But so I started thinking like, New Year, New Me is cheesy, but why does it have to be, you know? Like, what if I actually take New Year, New Me seriously? I am indeed being a loser in my own life. Boo. And I think that for a while, it was like my mental health. And like I said, it was in survival mode, but I'm no longer in survival mode. But I'm so used to the habits and the routines that I created while being in survival mode that no longer serve me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit through this. I'm gonna think through this. Because that's an idea that I always have. Like, yeah, I gotta be better. But then I'm like, anyways, and I keep going about my life. So instead of saying anyways, I sat down with my most prized possession. This is my journal. Look how cute she is. Look how adorable she is. Love her. And I was like, okay, what does rebranding mean to me? Like, who do I want to be? And what I found was that a lot of who I want to be is just bits and pieces of who I used to be, rearranged and made better, right? And I think that for me, that led a lot to like me as a child and me in my childhood. And I feel like I had such a spark and such a joy for life. And I think, okay, let me tell you something. I am an only child, so I would talk to myself. I would talk to myself all the time. I have a plethora of cousins, but at the end of the day, I was the only kid in my house. So I would talk to myself for hours and hours and hours. Like I would just sit and make up scenarios in my head, make up conversations in my head. Like I would just sit and talk to myself. No shame in my game. And you know, you want to know something? I still do that. Right? Don't sue me. But I think that I used to spend hours like reading and writing and just dreaming. And I genuinely thought I could be anything, right? I used to tell people that I wanted to be a like rock star, princess, doctor, actress. And you know what? You could not tell her that I was not gonna be that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone make a mistake. Everyone has a mistake. Everyone knows what on top of everyone gets away. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again until I get it right. Nobody's perfect.
And obviously, those are no longer my hopes and dreams. Sorry, girl. But I think that I can go back to my creative side, and I think that creating fun things is something that brings me a lot of joy. And I love I'm the type of girl that I need like all the markers, all the pens. Like, let me see if I can show you my journal. One sec. Like, I literally love doing creative things. I love putting like marker to paper and pen to paper. I was the girl that I would be up, like my little wrap ups, like I would be at 11:30 making flipograms for my friends' birthdays. That was me. And I would sync the music exactly to the part. Like if my friend looked bad in that picture and the song said baddie, that's what, you know what I mean? Obviously that's not how we were talking back then. But you get the sentiment. Like, I love creating things, and I think that the profession that I want to go into, and I think that, well, like I said, obviously I wanted to be a doctor beforehand. I no longer want to be a doctor, but the profession that I want to go into, I think that it's not like typically one that you would think is like creative in the sense of like producing things, right? But a girl can have hobbies, right? A girl can have hobbies. So I think that I just need to go back to who I was. But I feel like I lost a lot of my spark, and I think that I was stuck in the like, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z so that I can advance to this next level. I need to do X, Y, and Z so I can advance to this next level. So like in middle school, I grinded out so that I can make it to like top high school. In high school, I need to grind out so I make it to a good college. And I think that that's obviously good. And I love that. I love being ambitious. I love that about me. But I think that I stopped making time to like still being creative, still doing things artsy related, whether it's like reading, writing, anything, etc. And I think that that's something that brought me a lot of joy. So why not bring it back? So I guess that's kind of what this channel is, right? It's just me talking to myself and y'all, if you listen, and just making cute edits. I love sitting and editing. I would sit, let me tell you something. I said this in the first video. I would sit and film Get Ready With Me story times. Never post them. I would sit and make like fake videos and edit them. But I was always so scared of being perceived, right? Like I'm the world's, you probably can't tell as much anymore when you meet me, but I used to be the world's shyest girl. Like, I'm telling you, walking like head down, don't look at me. Like, my mom used to yell at me like for important events where I had to like cross the stage or something. She's like, you better not look at the floor, because I would just, don't perceive me, right? But I used to not be like that. I used to love being perceived. And I was just so like carefree. And I think that's a lot of people, obviously, right? Like in your childhood, you're a lot more carefree. You care less about what people think because you have nobody's told you who you're supposed to be yet, you know? So you are authentically who you want to be and who you are. And like I said, while I might not want to be a rock star, doctor, actress, princess, I can still do, you know? But while I might not want to be those things anymore, I loved that in my young brain, there was no limit to the things that I could be. Like, I could be this, I could be this, and I could be this, even if they were in like 3 opposite, you know, fields. Or is princess a field? I don't know. You get what I mean? So I think that's something I want to bring back. Like, who says that I can't be like super smart, USC, studying pre-law, going to law school, and also be funny on the internet, making cute videos, you know? So anyways, I guess that's a little intro of what I want the channel to be. So I guess these are just gonna be like my little video diaries where I talk about anything, and I get to make them all cute because, like I said, I love doing that. So let's talk about the rebrand more specifically. Currently, I'm not gonna lie, this is truth. This is honesty hour. We are honest on this channel. I'm the type of person where right now I just wake up and go. Like, I'm not saying like I wake up and go, like I don't brush my, you know what I mean? But like I have no like routines. I have goals, arbitrary goals in my head, but I have no like actionable smart goals. You know, they drilled smart goals into our head. And I think that a lot of who I used to be, like I said, I used to be that person. I used to be the girl bringing in straight A's and still have a social life, barely, but you know what I mean? Like in high school, I had so much fun. I had the time of my life, and I was still bringing in the good grades. Like, I had a good, healthy balance. So I think that this mini series, I need to be less of a hot mess and more of a balance. So like I said, I busted out my cute little journal. So I think that also making this a series and promising people on the internet that I'm gonna post about it also serves as an accountability thing for me, because I love me, but something about me is I love people more, you know? And like, I'm the girl that you call me at 7 a.m. and you tell me you need me, I'll be there. Or you tell me you need me to wake up at 5 in the morning to go with you to do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna be there. When it comes to me, right? So I think that the series, you're gonna watch me establish routines, figure out like what exactly does the ideal, best, perfect version of me do in the morning and night, studying, all the routines you can.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Also, get back in the gym. During quarantine, let me tell you something. You could not get me to miss my Chloe Ting workout. You want to go watch a movie? Yeah, I got to go work out in my room first. And body was so tea. So, get back in the gym, because I feel like I don't take advantage of the fact that USC gives us free gym. Like, I can just go to the gym. Don't have to pay anything. And pretty decent gym. You'll see. I think just doing deep reflective work on not only 2025, because this was the worst year of my entire life. If you know me, you know this But all this really started around like 2023, early 2024. So I think that I was the type of person where I was just like, okay, got through it, let's get through the next thing, got through it, get through the next thing. But I never sat and like reflected on it and sat and like, how did this happen, like what is going on, girl? But also like I just had to get through the next day. I just had to get day by day, but I never sat and like thought about that, you know, which sounds stupid, but it's the truth. So doing like deep reflection on like everything that has transpired and how I can prevent it, because we're not doing it again. We're not. And then in that, just kind of outline 2026, because I feel like I never really understood the importance of consistency. Like I am the type of person where I can do things, but I suck with consistency. I do. So before closing out the video, I wanted to give my little reintroduction, or I guess like actual introduction, official introduction, because that girl in the 2024 video, she introduced nothing. She just kind of told y'all about her geology class, which power to her for even surviving that class. But my name is Destiny. Hello. Some people call me D, mostly my dad. Some people call me DJ, mostly my cousins. My grandma calls me Miss Yellow. But my favorite nickname is Des, hence the channel name. That's also my Finsta name, so that's where I got the idea from. And my life is pretty sweet sometimes, and also ties into the little nostalgia. If you get it, you get it. I'm currently 22. I'm unk already. I am a July Cancer. I am a Cancer Sun, Aries Moon, Capricorn Rising. What else? I have an adorable 2-year-old Aussie named Chrome. I'll put a picture of him right here because he's currently doing something over there. I am from Chicago, but I live in Los Angeles because I go to USC. I am finishing, I'll tell you, but I've studied a lot of things at USC, but I'm finishing my degree this upcoming spring with a political science degree and law and social justice minor. From that, you may be able to tell the goal is to go to law school. So I gotta study for the LSAT and all that. I'll take you along. What do I like? I like reading, if you couldn't tell by my plethora of TBRs. I like being creative. Like I said, I love doing my makeup. I love doing my makeup and just taking pictures and never posting them. I love talking to myself and filming it. And yeah, I'm excited that you're here. If you're here, hello. And this time next year, mark my words, life's gonna be so much different and so much sweeter. Thanks for watching this short little video. Next one will be up on Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me talk. If you did, subscribe or my dog is gonna judge you. Okay, bye.
No fighting, stick around. Wish I was the type of girl that you take over tomorrow.